Welcome to What Would We Know, our group chat on branding, pop culture, and whatever the internet is doing.
Something is always happening and we always have thoughts.
I'm Brooke and I work as a creator and in the marketing space, so I spend a lot of time online trying to figure out what is actually worth paying attention to.
And I'm Georgia, a graphic designer and branding girly, which means I'm always noticing details and trying to understand why something works.
Between the two of us, we have a lot of opinions.
Just not always a clear answer, because honestly,
what would we know? Hello, young TikToker.
Hello.
I can't believe it, everyone. You need to go follow Georgia on TikTok because she's officially started posting on TikTok.
Stop it.
What is your TikTok, Georgia? Can you please tell us your username?
Actually, have no idea.
What is your username? I'll enter it in here. I'll give the audience a bit of a spiel about what they can expect in post-production.
Oh, I'm excited to hear what they can expect too.
Me too. I've got to find out first because I've been asking Georgia to post content for the last 6 years. So hopefully we will get that this week.
I know, it is so crazy because we haven't even known each other for 6 years. You've just been so obsessed with me.
I know, it's just when I was staring at you outside of your bedroom window. Interrupting here, her username is Georgia Craw. So Georgia, like spelt like normal Georgia, Craw. At the moment, she's got quite a few videos posted, some about magnets. I believe she doesn't want to continue her clay magnets journey. But the content that I would like to see from Georgia, well, Georgia's a very creative person, as I'm sure you're all aware, but she's also an incredibly savvy shopper. Like, if I ever want to purchase anything, I will ask Georgia to find me a good deal before I buy it, and that's when I will buy it. And she has saved me a lot of dollars. So I think maybe she should do a series on sales that she's found. I think she should do a series on the things that she has influenced others to buy, or reviewing products that she was influenced to buy. And also just some day in the life kind of content. She has a very interesting life, even though she'll tell you later on in this episode she doesn't. She works as a graphic designer. She makes some cool things. She lives by the beach. She's got a cute little dog. She does some mic'd up gym sessions with her partner, so maybe they can collab. Who knows? But I'm excited to see what kind of content Georgia makes next. So everyone, go be supportive. How has your week been, Georgia? Done anything exciting?
I feel like I've not really done anything too exciting. It's been raining on the Gold Coast, which is really annoying. It's been raining pretty much since we got back from America, and I just would love a bit of sunshine to wash some things. Just getting back into the routine of life. And I went to the movies last night for the first time in such a long time with my mum to see The Devil Wears Prada, which was quite good.
Oh my God.
Have you seen it yet?
I might watch it in home. I don't think I'm going to go to the movies to watch it. I'll wait for it to come out on streaming.
I'll watch it in home. I love that for you. Yeah, nothing exciting to report. Just getting back to boring life. I feel like I spent all my money in America, so I'm doing not much these days.
Understandable.
What about you? Tell us about your week.
I think I bought like 30 Rockaby protein shakes, and you might say my pronunciation's incorrect on that, but honestly, is it that deep? I did get a comment about my pronunciation of Rockaby that it's apparently meant to be Rokaby, but honestly, that is a bugbear of mine. I think you shouldn't correct people on things that if they know what you're talking about, do you really need to correct them? The whole point was explaining to people that they were $2.70.
You could also visually see it. So it was very clear.
It was very clear what I was talking about. I even tagged the brand, gave them some free promo. But I bought like 31 because they were $2.70 and the standard price them is $4.70. So it was like $2 off each. It was like 40% off. Crazy deal. Stocked up. It was great. Now I've been having strawberry milk for most of my meals.
And that sale never happens because
Never.
You sent it to me, and I also stocked up a ridiculous amount where I was scared at the checkout in case there was some kind of limit. But I think the limit doesn't exist because I've bought so many and they're a bargain. My fridge is full of Rokaby. I got chocolate.
Couldn't agree more.
It's an internet thing.
You obviously know nothing about the internet.
Gossip? I hate gossip.
Tell me more.
Where on the internet?
In the Instagram.
Do you have anything fun from the internet this week that you'd like to discuss?
Do you want to do yours first?
So for the internet doing what this week, I had Spirit Airlines, and I assume you probably have similar. And if you don't know what Spirit Airlines is, it's a very low-cost airline in America. Their branding is very bright yellow. It is like sometimes $13 for a flight somewhere, which is crazy ridiculous that you don't even get to take a carry-on.
Very cheap.
It's so cheap, and you can put your you can only take like an under the seat carry-on, and they measure the size. It's like incredibly, incredibly low cost, and it was kind of like a bit of a cult favorite for Americans because it made travel quite affordable, especially to regional areas. They apparently flew really weird routes of like, these are niche places that normally you couldn't get to. So maybe rather than doing like big standard airports like New York to LA, it might do like Newark to a regional town in Kansas. It was just doing random routes. So lots of people relied on it. Anyway, because it was so low cost, they've gone out of business. But they were around for like 30 years or something. They're a very long-standing airline. And someone decided that we can't lose Spirit. We need Spirit. Spirit is the American spirit, and we should do something like the Green Bay Packers did. The Green Bay Packers is an NFL football team that was going under a couple of years ago, and then it got bought out by the community. So now it is like the community-owned football team. So a guy decided to build a website that's called Let's Buy Spirit, and you can pledge an amount to buy a share in Spirit.
We could buy Spirit Airlines. This is a genius idea. We nationalize Spirit Airlines.
I've been thinking all day about how not having Spirit Airlines is going to make other prices go up because of the lack of competition, and then I came across that guy's video, and originally I was like, fun idea, but like there's so many logistics, how would that work? And then somebody was like, who makes the decisions? And he was like, me, I'm autistic and I love planes. And I was like, now this man might be onto something. He has credentials. So I went and I looked at his website, and I'm actually very impressed.
So the starting pledge amount is $45, which is the average cost of a Spirit flight. So can you imagine how many flights they must be doing? For the average cost of their flights to be $45, they must do some pretty low cost airline flights, you know?
Literally,
so everyone has the
cost
same
of petrol.
I know, literally, it's more than it's less than I spend on petrol a week. Every person that like pledges would have the same voting power. So whether you pledge $5,000 or whether you pledge $500, you'll have the same voting power. The only thing that would be different would be your profit share. So if you pledge $5,000, you'd get more shares, so you would receive more profit if it happened, but you would still get the same voting power as someone that pledged $45. So that's how they keep it like equal, so that one person can't just come in and buy it and make all of the decisions. It's like everyone's voting on things together, which I think is quite fun.
I feel like Hamish and Andy should do with their $100,000 of the people's money. It's actually probably wouldn't work because it's in America, but imagine if they just pledged $100,000 from their Bitcoin.
Absolutely. I think we could pledge $45. I don't think it's centralized just to Americans. I think we could genuinely pledge $45, and you don't have to pay up front. This is just a pledge amount. I think the last time I checked, they were at 150 million. I can check right now what the updated pledge amount is. So the minimum pledge is 45, and if 44 million Americans flew Spirit last year, they could get it. So the total pledge now is 132 million, and their target is to get to 1.75 billion. So they're less than 1% of the way there, but it's been out for literally a day.
True. I think it's possible.
I do think it's possible.
Spirit.
Bring Spirit back, I say. I probably wouldn't choose to fly Spirit just for the reasons being they cancel their flights all the time, and as a type A girl, that would stress me out, but I think Spirit should be back.
Yeah. I kind of love that for the people that can have a little piece of the pie of Spirit.
Agree. Do you have anything fun from the internet this week?
Okay, this is kind of niche, but I don't know if you would fully even watch this, but you do watch reality TV. I was watching At Home with the Furies, which is Tyson Fury, the boxer, and Paris Fury. I honestly didn't know anything about them until maybe last year when they did their first show, and I didn't really have anything to watch, so we started watching it. They have 7 kids. They have so much money because he was a professional boxer. He has bipolar, but he's unmedicated. So throughout the show, he will be like really up and excited, and then next minute he's just not coping, and it's just like a very chaotic show. And sometimes he will just go, like, he has so much money and he will just go camping in his car. Like, they'll drive 12 hours and they'll sleep in their car. And because I have watched that, I think my TikTok knows, and I keep getting videos of the Furies, their daughter Venezuela. All of their sons' names are Prince.
Iconic.
Legally, but they have different names. Like, they have to obviously call them different names because you can't all be called Prince. And then all the daughters are like country. There's Venezuela. Can't think of the others. Valencia. They're very funny. And my TikTok is just like memes of them or clips of them, and it's very interesting. And I think you should watch it.
Consider it on my watch list.
Another thing I saw was it was Whitney Levitt's last show for Chicago, and she announced, because you're not allowed to film in a Broadway show, but the people do not care, and it has been filmed. She announced, I think at halftime, that she was not going back to The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which lots of people were like wondering after all the drama had happened. So she's not going back. She's finished Chicago. And now Connor is on his own Broadway show. And I love that.
I'm so happy for the Magic Man. I am just like kind of wondering what happens to the franchise. I think we discussed it a couple of weeks ago of like, where does it go now if a lot of the original cast is moving away, they're not married anymore, they're not Mormon wives, they're now doing their own things. Like now we've got the Mormon Wives of OC coming out. What will happen to everyone? So I think in a year's time it'll look so different.
I know. It's going to be very interesting, because another thing that's been on my feed is Jesse and Marciano.
Awful.
Like constantly. So I don't know if he's going to be in season 5, but it's going to be a real interesting season.
It's chaotic. I think there's so much going on that it's like a lot of noise. And for the average employed person, I can't keep up with it. I cannot keep up with what's happening. I think every single day I open my phone and there's Steph with the deets telling us something else that's happened. And I'm kind of stressed by it all. Even like The Bachelorette apparently is coming back.
Yes, I saw that. But Steph with the deets needs more recognition, because she is doing the work to keep people informed. I don't
Just
think I
keeping
know
us
anything
informed.
about it. Yep. Love her.
Okay, group chat, ladies.
Good news or bad news?
I know Rena has her own receipts.
Are you out of your
Our group chat gives us life.
Do you have any marketing news?
I do. I don't know if you would have seen this. Do you know the brand Ava Active?
No.
Okay, so I've seen them post on my timeline before. They're a Melbourne-based, I'm pretty sure, activewear brand, and they are kind of a new age activewear brand, similar sort of product offering to a lot of the new age activewear brands, like the seamless vibes. That's kind of no tea, no shade. That's just how I'm going to describe them. They have recently launched something called Ava Subscribed.
Let's cut the bullshit. I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about Ava Subscribed. So you might be thinking, what is Ava Subscribed? Ava Subscribed is a month-to-month mystery box subscription that we are going to curate just for you. And why are we doing this? Because I want to help you curate the best activewear and loungewear wardrobe. Or if you are a die-hard Ava fan, you're going to get limited edition drops and pieces that we are never selling on the website. And you also get the choice of either single or set. So you can get one curated piece per month or a matching set. To become a subscriber, it's simple.
The whole idea is a scarcity marketing moment that if you don't subscribe to this, you can never get these pieces again. So these are limited edition pieces that will only be in the subscription model.
Is it kind of like a mystery box, but like
Every month.
a monthly mystery box? Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading through the comments on the release video of this, and they have a quite a big size range, which is obviously good, but someone in the comments said, I don't like to wear shorts. I'm worried that if I subscribe for the sets, I'm going to get sets with shorts, because obviously it's a mystery box, but I can't return them. They don't do returns ever for these items. And it's like, how can you make a mystery box for inactivewear that's just like one set a month that could appeal to everyone? Like, it would be really difficult.
Yeah. I love the idea of it because it's quite fun and different, but I feel like there's a lot of logistical problems.
Yes, I'm intrigued to see how it goes. Like, I would love to follow a couple of people that have purchased the subscription and see what kind of items they are receiving with, because with the plan of either having a single or a set, let's consider a single might be a crop top or a single might be a short. How do they determine what they send to these people? And if everyone gets a single, is everyone getting a crop or is everyone getting a short?
Yeah, that is very true.
I'm intrigued, but I think it's a really interesting business model for an activewear brand to take, and I haven't seen one do something similar. And I thought a very different marketing tactic.
Yeah. Well, my one is, I don't know if you've seen this, but John Summit is, I think he's a DJ in America, has been posting videos about his Rimowa suitcase. Have you seen this?
I have seen this.
So if you have not seen it, he was at the conveyor belt or whatever you call it, picking up your suitcase, and his Rimowa was in a tub because it was broken and open. So he drags it out of the airport, and I think he's had like 6 or something suitcases that have been damaged and broken. And Rimowa suitcases are like very expensive, like $1,600 maybe for like
Insanity.
like they are expensive. And he's had nothing but problems with his, it seems. So he has filmed a video burning his Rimowa, which is going to be an absolute nightmare for Rimowa's marketing because they're kind of like a luxury product. Like they're expensive, high-end product. But everyone is going to TikTok saying how much they hate their Rimowas, how damaged they get. It's just like not a time to be in the Rimowa marketing team. However, a great opportunity if you work for literally any other travel brand to be capitalizing on their downfall.
I think it would be like one of the hardest things to be would be working in a brand that is currently getting flack on the internet for something that, like, obviously it's not, the marketing team isn't making the product. They're not doing any of that. They are marketing the product, obviously. But they have to deal with the downfalls of product departments and other departments where, like, the quality might be lacking, and they're the ones that are front facing and trying to shine it up and say, oh, but we have a lifetime guarantee. We can fix it. And it's like, if it breaks so many times, is the lifetime guarantee worth it? Or it's just you guys covering yourself because the product isn't sturdy.
And then it's kind of becomes a thing where, like, obviously his video has been really successful and people start like jumping on that. And also even people that don't have Rimowas, they're just talking down to the Rimowa. It's just like becomes this big snowball effect of like a nightmare for them to deal with. So
agree.
I wonder how they will address it because they are more of a higher end brand, like how they'll go about it, or if they'll just ignore it, like because they do have a lifetime warranty. That's part of their thing. But the damage
I'm
is kind of
intrigued to
being
see
done.
what happens.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Do you have any others?
Yes, I saw something else. I screenshotted it was a TikTok and it said, everyone's talking about their personal recession indicator. Mine is that I'm now a beauty loop level 1 after being a level 3 for as long as I can remember. Did you see this?
I did see this.
A lot of the comments were talking about how they also were like a level 4 and now they're a level 1 or they're a beauty newcomer. And I think this is so true. I used to be a beauty loop level 3 for a long, long time. And then maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I dropped down to being level 1. I think I got bumped up to a level 2 last year after I got some Christmas gifts for people. But notoriously, I don't even go get a beauty loop box. I haven't had a beauty loop box since the time we went to the airport together over a year ago.
I don't exclusively shop at Mecca, so I'm like not really even across the beauty leap of it because I would always have only been a level 1. But it is interesting.
I think lots of the comments were talking about how it's really expensive and they'll only shop there for the products that they can only exclusively get at Mecca, but lots of people like are shopping around or doing, like this girl in particular, she had mentioned that she was buying K-beauty products a lot and French skincare instead because you just swap things out. And Mecca, it is so expensive to have all beauty products now.
Like, even sales.
Yeah, they never do sales. Like Adore Beauty has some of their similar brands and they often do sales. Like I love the Kerastase 8-hour serum for your hair, but I won't buy it for $96. I'm only buying it when they do a sale. Sometimes Adore Beauty would do a 3 for the price of 2 sale. And then to me, okay, maybe I will purchase it then when I'm purchasing something else. But there was, over 100 comments of people saying, I used to be a beauty loop level this member, now I'm a 1. And that is like their biggest loyalty lever that they pull from a brand perspective. So I wonder how their sales are going. I know that they're not doing poorly because they're opening up stores everywhere, but I think they're definitely is a shift in beauty spending.
Agreed. And there is so much more competition within so many industries now, but there's so many even smaller brands bringing out products that some of them are at doing similar. It all depends on the ingredients, obviously, but they're claiming for a similar kind of result for a lower price point. And I think people are more willing to kind of experiment with the cheaper option because life is expensive right now.
Couldn't agree more. Do you have any more marketing news for us?
Makes perfect sense.
Is that?
Common sense.
Common sense.
Common sense.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
I have a sense check topic for the week that I haven't even sense checked with you. It's not pointed at all, but the sense check is why creating content can feel really difficult sometimes. As you all know, I've been wanting George to become an influencer for a very long time because I think she is a very creative person. She influences a lot of my purchases and I think she has a lot to share. But it has taken Georgia a while to begin creating content and there is probably some roadblocks in the way and I'd love to talk through what they are because I'm sure other people experience these exact same roadblocks.
This feels like a therapy session and it's targeted.
Clock in for therapy. Mummy is here.
So you want me to tell you what I think my roadblocks are?
Yes.
Okay. Well, to start off with, I create content for my 9-to-5 job.
Yes.
So I'm already I guess, doing that all day. And then to finish work, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist potentially, where I have a vision and it is going to take me time to achieve the vision. And when I've finished my job, I just want to have a little break from the computer screen / my phone. So I would say that's probably my main obstacle is I have a vision, but I don't necessarily have the time to execute it. However, I understand and I know that lo-fi kind of content that is quick to film does often perform better. I would say my kind of what I do, I'm do graphic design and stuff, to create some of the content is very time consuming. You can't just film a quick video on it. So I think that is a bit of an obstacle. And I also just think, which I know you'll be like, that's not true. I don't think I have anything interesting to say.
I think the complete opposite. I think I talk to you a lot of the week. I've learned many things about you in life. I find you interesting to talk to every day. I think I made a post about this on my own personal Instagram the other day about how we always think that what we have to say is boring and we have nothing exciting. What you do every day is so interesting to someone that lives an incredibly opposite life to you. Like someone in Ireland who has never heard of Australia, watching an Australian graphic designer who lives this life by the beach. You live in a really cool part of the world. You do cool things. That's so interesting. Even people that live in Adelaide might want to watch. They might want to move to the Gold Coast and go to the gym at 5 a.m. or go for a hot girl walk after work. They want to watch that kind of content. I think there is an audience for everything. I create a lot of content around cleaning, and that really sounds boring to you because you don't love cleaning, and that's fine. But people find that interesting because that's what some people care about. You watch content on cults because you like cults. The people that are making content about cults might not think that it's that interesting because they see cults every day, but you get so desensitized to what you do every day because it's normal to you, but it's definitely not normal to someone else.
Yeah, I think the problem is as well, I understand what I need to do. It's just actually doing it. Also, I don't love public speaking. Talking to the camera feels weird to me, which I think a lot of people probably relate to. I think I know that you have to do it a lot of times to for it to become
natural,
to get the confidence and to become natural. So I don't want to make excuses, but that is another reason.
No, it's fair because it's a muscle. It's really hard. Like when I first started posting content, I didn't really post talking to camera videos where I was talking about myself. I did videos of me mocking politicians, and it was there was always other things going on. I always did it in my videos. I never expected people to watch them, but I didn't post lots of chatty videos for ages because it does feel weird. And the analysis that happens when you're editing, because you've got to go through the filming process. Sometimes in the filming process, I literally think to myself, wow, you sound stupid, because it's what happens. You do think, why am I doing this? This is dumb. And then you get to editing and then you start editing it. You're like, that was stupid. And then you stop editing it. And I had to overcome that and just post the videos where I thought I sounded stupid. And for some reason, the videos where I thought I sounded stupid were always the ones that performed the best. And it is always the way. Frustrating. So you think, well, I've got to sound stupid again to do that again. And the cycle continues. No one is going to remember in a year's time your first 2 videos unless it is you bullying the Prime Minister. Then people will bring it up all the time. But that's a niche situation. But like the videos you make now, in 90 days, they're not going to be at the top of the feed. So it doesn't matter if you don't love how they are, because you will have tried like 89 times again. And by your 89th video, you probably will have a completely different editing style, completely different way you want to talk to the camera, completely different topic you want to talk about, because it like compounds the knowledge that you have. Like, oh, I find this part easy. Like when I film videos now, I can already think what I want to cut out. So I just like almost cut myself to say those things. But when you first start recording videos, I think sometimes we talk for ages and then you feel like hypercritical when you edit it. You're like, oh, well, why didn't I just say that? But you don't know that until you've done it a bit.
Yeah, true. I think as well, like, not to be successful, but I think you really need to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And so I personally feel like I need to have like almost a bank ready to go before I post anything to be ahead. So I'm not constantly every day because I don't want I don't want an additional. I already have like decision fatigue. I hate making like it's a lot. So I think like in my mind, I'm like, I need to have a certain amount ready to go. And then I need to have learned how to speak to the camera. I also want to have like it to look a certain way.
Optimizing.
I'm a designer and I have like I want it to be the fonts and the colors. And I'm like, when it's for yourself, it is a lot more difficult than for me to do this same thing for somebody else. Because if you were like, can you give me fonts and colors? I could give them to you today. But for myself, I'm like, maybe I don't like this. Maybe I prefer this. So yeah,
you are a
roadblocks.
perfectionist for sure. It is why I come to you for help for things, because I am the done is better than perfect and Georgia is perfect is better than done. And so I will often bring Georgia the ugliest thing known to man that I've whipped up quickly. And Georgia's like, oh, I can fix this. And she will make it like, I wish you could see sometimes the things that I sent to Georgia of like, could you make it look somewhat like this? What I have sent her is worse than what a child could make on paint. It is actually impressive that someone could whip out a masterpiece from the piece of shit that I've provided.
But it's why we work so well together. We have different wavelengths about things.
It is true though. Sometimes I think, what would happen if we had like the same strengths? We would hyperanalyze everything and everything would look incredibly beautiful.
No, you are like really good at, also because you've been doing content for so long, you've got an eye for it, and that's obviously why you're successful at it. But you just can think of things so quickly that I think that I would probably question myself more, because I'm like, is that just me or does everyone think this?
I think I was really probably manic when I first started posting on social media and post like 13 times a day. Now I think there's a bit more of a plan, but for like planning content, I like to plan it a bit far ahead. I like to have roughly a month's idea of the topics I want to talk about or the videos I want to do. Some of them will get added in the same day, but most of the time there is a bit of a plan. Like I know exactly what I'm going to post next week because it's filmed and edited already. So when I first started posting content, I would try to film on 1 or 2 afternoons a week. I didn't edit anything then. I would then edit everything on the weekend because I was working in an office. So to be able to film and edit, it was with a journey to work, it was a whole nightmare. But being able to have like, I love to wake up early, so I always do things early. You would obviously probably do it at night time because you're a night owl gal. But I would just get up on a Saturday morning, edit everything, and then I put all of my captions in. And then when I go to TikTok, there's already the 7 posts drafted and I just have to hit enter and I don't have to think about it, because that is also difficult. Even having it drafted and then rewatching it again going, oh, do I really want to post that? Is that really representative? Like, do I feel 100% behind that? I think in content, you can't feel like 110% about every video. Otherwise, you would literally never post anything. I know the whole idea is like you're only as good as like your last whatever. You just have to keep reinventing. You never know what is going to be the best viral series ever. Like there was a time in COVID when I was making recipes from movies. Do I think that that's where I would post now? No, but at the time it worked for what I was doing. I know, it's so random.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I made like the Ned Flanders hot chocolate. Then I made a giant cookie off the back of that. And then I just go through the comments. People comment things. There's great ideas. And I just take that and think, how could I do that differently? Like a girl commented the other day asking me how I clean a shower screen. I don't even have a shower screen in my house. But I do know how to clean a shower screen because I used to do it at my mum's. And I found a silly product that doesn't make sense for a shower screen that worked really well. And I've got that on my list to film this week. I literally went and Googled why those ingredients work so well for a shower screen. So I have all the information at hand. Sure, I don't have a shower screen, so I wouldn't have come up with that idea myself. But because I was prompted from the audience, I now have a video idea that might be useful for someone.
Yeah. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's just
It
getting
does.
it all in motion.
It's the muscle. You've got to stretch the muscle, but you've started.
Ish.
You've posted things, and you're a very creative person. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see where you're at in a year's time. It's my mission.
I am a people pleaser, and Brooke keeps sending me things to make, and I feel like I have wasted her time, even though I didn't ask for this. That I have to like give back somehow
by posting to social media. No, I think that you would be a great content creator. Like, I think you have lots to provide the community in like value. You're an interesting person.
And I personally love going to content create. Like, if I'm ever going to buy literally pretty much anything, I go to TikTok to see if there's a video about it, because I want, especially a non-sponsored review is ideal, just to see people's opinions, how it looks in their house, like how it looks in real life, those kinds of things. So like I see the benefit because I love seeing other people's stuff to like help me make decisions about things. But yeah, watch this space. Thank you for this therapy session.
So watch this space, everybody. Hopefully coming to a For You page near you soon is Georgia.
Leave a nice comment.
Please support her.
With the special interest groups?
I like that.
Clubs for special interests.
All right, I'll put the prezzies here.
Taking a special interest in
For
me.
special interest in this case.
Do you have a special interest this week?
Okay, this is a special interest that I have just experienced today. We, when we're in America, bought stuff at the Sephora sale, and they have this brand called Day, and I have always wanted to buy, and every time I'm in America, which is not that often, I think, oh, I should buy that, and then I never do. But this time I thought, it's 10% off. What a bargain. I'm going to buy it. So I bought the 3-in-1, like, what is it? It's not a
Cactus
gel.
fruit styling cream, is it?
Yeah, it's a styling cream. And it's kind of like for slick backs, or it's I saw people's videos that it doesn't make your hair like
Greasy.
Yeah, greasy, and like when you have a gel kind of thing and it kind of like clumps
Segments
together.
and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I used that today for the first time, and it smells so good.
So good.
The best smelling like hair product ever. I got a pack with a mist, so I also have the body mist. It smells exactly the same. And my hair, I feel like, doesn't feel greasy, and it feels like quality. I'm really glad I bought it. The only bad thing is, if you're listening and you're from Australia, we do not sell it here. So I'm loving it. What about you? Do you have anything that you're loving this week?
Yes, it is something that I purchased a long time ago that you're looking to purchase, and it is my robot vacuum. I am passionate about the topic. If you've ever heard me on my own TikTok talk about the best things I've ever purchased, it is my robot vacuum. I specifically have the Roborock Q Revo S. They still sell that one, but all the Q Revo range are very similar. The one that's the cheapest at the moment is the Q Revo L. It is basically the same as mine, but just slightly a bit better. Like, it has like an expanding arm, except they only currently sell it in black. Don't know why. They hate us. But it is the best thing I own. Like, out of everything I own, it is the thing I would replace first if my house burnt down, because it fully, I don't know what it is, but okay, what I'm about to say is weird. I'm aware. My partner does not think this is real. I can feel the difference in the carpet when it's been freshly vacuumed, But in saying that, I vacuum every day, so I can tell the difference between how long it's been vacuumed. But that's because I grew up in a house with a militant mum who vacuumed 3 times a day. So that is like a hobby for me. But having a robot vacuum my house constantly is life-changing.
That would be quite nice. And I didn't like, it wasn't until we were together for 2 weeks straight and you told me numerous times that you were getting your vacuum at home to vacuum the floors that I thought, you're very odd right now. You're not even there. But when I came home and I had to vacuum, I thought it would be quite nice to press a little button on my phone and say, go vacuum my floors.
And it is so, like, it's not hard to maintain at all. You don't have to clean it that often. It has, like, it self-empties. You fill up the water. Like, I would probably change the water in it once a week, but that is because I mop every day. I have a small unit that I live in, so it doesn't need that much water. Literally coming home, like, I literally leave the house to go to Pilates. I put the vacuum on to vacuum the full house twice. Extreme mode. It takes 45 minutes to vacuum the full house twice. How amazing. Then it'll go in and it'll mop everything. And then it'll mop in a different direction. Then it'll wash them up. And I come back, the house smells clean. The carpet's clean. And nobody had to do it. That is, I could talk about it for years.
Yeah. You've spoken about it so much to me that I now am in the market for one. However, I only want to buy it when it's on sale. And I really want a white one so it blends in with other things in my house. But that is not currently to be because they're not on sale, but I have my eye out.
I am excited to find you a good deal. So I'm on the hunt for Georgia to get a robot vacuum also, because it would bring me joy to be able to turn her robot vacuum on when she's not home. I'd ask for access to your app too. And yes, if you're wondering, I do watch on the app when I'm not at the house.
She does. She did it many a times.
It's my favorite show.
Work wife to work wife.
Or do you have any advice?
But you know that makes you also the wife.
You make the call. They call me.
Work wife.
Or do you have any work wife wisdom this week?
My work wife wisdom is to don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. I think in so many things in life we're overthinking it, especially when it comes to creating content or marketing. So many of the times the things that perform the best are the simple things. The best videos that perform the best for me are always text on screen videos that are short little quips about general life things. A video you did a couple of weeks ago was about a chopping board that you got from Aldi. If you really overthought it for a lot of times, you might not have posted it, but you didn't overthink it. You posted it and did really well.
Yeah. I have something that is somewhat similar, maybe counterintuitive to what I'm currently doing because I'm not posting anything. But I heard it on Instagram. JC Marie was talking about it, and it was essentially, don't be afraid of being disliked by losers. And she was just saying how, like, there's people on the internet that are always seeking to find something wrong with what you're saying, or like they just want to misunderstand you. And you would never be friends with people like that anyway. So don't let that impact what you're doing, whether it's making content or not. Like, just don't be afraid to be disliked by people that you don't care to be friends with, or that you don't care for their opinion anyway. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. It's so easy to overlook. But once you think about it, you're like, hey, why do I care about these people's opinions or thoughts or comments when...
Absolutely. Like, you'd never leave a hate comment on someone's account. So why would you befriend someone that is leaving a hate comment on your account?
Yeah.
And most of the time when people are leaving a hate comment or they're not being encouraging, you go check their account. They're an anonymous account. They're not posting anything anyway. And it's like, if you would do this better, if you would do that better, you can do that. You can get up there and you can make that content yourself. But yeah, no one doing better than you is going to put you down. That's the way I like to think about it. So if you're getting criticism, it's probably because they're jealous of you and they want to do what you're doing. So just put yourself out there. Don't overthink it, and don't worry about what the haters say.
Yeah. Ignore the haters.
Ignore the haters. And I won't hate Georgia if she doesn't post consistently. I'm just proud that she is posting, and we'll all support her on her content creator journey when she finds what her genres are she'd like to talk about, because she could talk about a million different genres. She says she's got nothing interesting to say. Homegirl's got a criminology degree. She could tell you many fun things.
Yeah, I have learned a lot about the world of crimes. It was quite
I
interesting.
know. You can even tell us about logo hierarchy. I've learned a lot about hamburger menus from Georgia. You've got lots of design things to teach. I genuinely think you could do a series for here's what a graphic designer wished you knew if you like asking them to do work, because I've learned a lot about what to ask a graphic designer for from asking you the incorrect things.
Yes, well, it's noted.
We'll watch this space. I think that's all we have time for this week, because last week we recorded for a significant amount of time. You might have heard a 55-minute podcast, but it was like an hour and 10 of recording. And as someone that works a full-time job and then does this after work, it was a lot for a gal to edit.
We had a lot to say, which is surprising because we were with each other for such a long time and we still don't run out of things to keep talking to each other about.
We will see you all same time next week, I guess. Everyone go follow Georgia. And perhaps I'll find out what her Instagram is or TikTok.
Oh, God.
Goodbye, divas.
Goodbye.